back at it again, and before we hop into the video, I do want to apologize for the lack of videos the last couple of days. You know, it wasn't planned. You know, it was just one of those things where I was just like, you know what, I want to hang out with the family. All right, you know, it was just one of those things. Okay, so I do apologize about that, but hey, we're back to your regularly scheduled programming. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about this topic here because I've been seeing, you know, some worrying things. Not a whole lot, you know, very far and few in between. But I don't want those little things to ignite something that turns into a bigger situation. Now, obviously, we're talking about Uncle Trump today. All right, Uncle Trump, you know, got to get him back in office, baby. Got to get him back in office. So like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Please be aware there is a scammer in my comment section too. All right. The only way to donate to me is through the YouTube app itself via a super thanks. That's what it's called, a super thanks. That is the only way to donate to me. If you see something with my profile picture telling you, hey, message me, that is not me. Don't go to Telegram or WhatsApp or anything like that, giving up your information. That is not me. Do not fall for it. All right. Let's dive in.
But you know what? It gets so much publicity that the case actually gets adjudicated in the press. And people see it's bullshit. And they go and they say, it's unfair. The abuses of power that we're currently witnessing at all levels of government will go down as among the most shameful, corrupt, and depraved chapters in all of American history. It's happening right before your eyes.
Facts.
But we're going to end up winning. The Biden regime's weaponization of law enforcement against their political opponent is something straight out of the Stalinist Russian horror show. And you know, we go Stalinist Russia. That's what it was. This was where it seems to have begun from the standpoint of us watching it in semi-modern day history. You go back to communist China or look at a third world banana republic. That's what we've become between our borders and the weaponization of law enforcement. Banana republic. That's what we have become. Let there be no doubt the injustices being done not only to me, but to dozens across our country will not stand, or we're not going to stand for it. When this election is over, I will be the President of the United States.
Yes, sir. Right on.
You will be vindicated and proud, and the thugs and criminals who are corrupting our justice system will be defeated, discredited, and totally disgraced. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. From the beginning, it's been one witch hunt and phony investigation after another.
They've got the witch hunt sign.
And you know, because of it, our country never talks about greatness anymore. You look at what China does. They go all over the world. They spend money, they take over governments, they do a lot of things. And we're always looking. We got crazy people like Shifty Schiff and Hillary and all of these people. These people, they don't want to talk about greatness for our country. All they want to do is investigate everybody, but they are the ones that are really under investigation. I also want to thank the Republican Congress because, you know, people can be critical, but they are working so hard. Jim Jordan, James Comer, he's become a great star. These are great people, and they're putting themselves at risk because they take a lot of abuse, but they're doing something that we haven't seen in Washington in 25 years. So I want to just thank those two and many people that are working with them. In my case, every piece of my personal life, financial life, business life, and public life has been turned upside down and dissected like no one in the history of our country, Marjorie, I think we can say.
Which says a lot. Think about that. Think about this. If Trump posed no threat to win again, why would they try to, not literally, but why would they try to bury him? If he was just an easy opponent, you know, why wouldn't they say, you know what? Bring on Trump. Let him come again. Why would they try to bury him if he's just such an easy opponent? Why would the establishment try to push Trump to the side and bring out DeSantis? Listen, I don't know, if DeSantis is part of the establishment and just putting on a front, but, there's just something about DeSantis that just gives me a cause to pause. I'm just like, I don't know yet, buddy. I don't know yet. I gotta watch you a little bit longer. I'm not too sure about you yet. But what do y'all think?
Right? I don't think we can find anybody. They even got the Supreme Court of the United States to give them my tax returns, something that was never supposed to happen. Legal scholars say that's a shocker. And everything they wanted about me, they got every single thing they wanted about me. The Supreme Court said, oh, give it to the prosecutors. That's okay. He only appointed 3 of them. Not a lot of, we don't want loyalty. We want what's right. But sort of strange, isn't it? Give them everything they want. They actually came down with one ruling that, no, you can't do that to presidents, but to Trump you can. To Trump you can. And we've been a special administration, and we have special people. There's nobody like the people we have. They're the smartest. They're the best. These are the most. Look at all the money they're sitting over here. They're all over because, and you know what? They've made that money the old-fashioned way. You're right. Front Row Joe. The Front Row Joes will never forget them. And my friends from North Carolina, who are unbelievable, beautiful, incredible women. Incredible people. They travel all over. What is this, like number 93, I think, right? Number 93. Oh, they go, no, actually more.
Wow, that's dedication right there. That is dedication. Shout out to them for sure. But, there's an important thing that I want to talk about with this video. And I wanted to start off with that because, I wanted you guys to hear his words. He said, I'm going to win in 24. When 24 comes around, we are going to win. And you will see the people that did these terrible things to you will be held accountable. Now, I haven't seen a lot of these comments, and I've spoken about this before. Out of 100 comments, there might be 1. But I don't want that 1 to turn into 2. And 2 to turn into 4, and 4 to turn into 8, and 8 to turn into 16, and so on and so on. So I want to nip this in the bud here. For the folks, or the folk, the one person, the 1% out of the 100 that think that, the system is done, it's over, there's no chance Republicans or Trump is ever going to win again, I completely disagree. Now, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. For the 1 or 2 people that may be like, nah, Rich, you're crazy. You're crazy. Hear me out. Trump is a billionaire, right? We all know that. He just told you right there. As a matter of fact, we saw it all. We saw anything and everything that the Democrats wanted to see. It's out there. He is a billionaire. Correct, right? That is a fact. Now, do you think a billionaire would willingly subject themselves to this type of criticism, this type of scrutiny, the potential risk of going to prison when he's a billionaire? If he didn't really think he could win? Why? Put yourself in his shoes. If you were a billionaire, would you do the same thing? Trump could easily say, you know what? He could go sit down with all of these leftists, all these Democrats, because I'm sure he knows them all personally, right? Trump is not like this new face that just popped up out of nowhere. Like, he's been around. Everybody knew who Trump was before he was even Trump. If you guys remember, I made a video on the hip hop community loving Trump before he ran as a Republican. But then, of course, as soon as he ran as a Republican, all of these hip hop artists, oh, terrible Trump bad. And I'm like, yo, I've got evidence, songs. The next black Donald Trump. I want to be like Donald Trump, blah, blah. Anyway, everybody knew who Trump was. So I'm sure I'm sure he could go sit down with these leftists and say, you know what? Just leave me alone. I'll bow out. It's all good. You know, you guys got it. And they would leave him alone. He could ride off into the sunset, making his billions, and be done with it. He doesn't need us. He doesn't need our money. He doesn't need anybody else. He has money. He has a good life. Think about that. Think about that. Right? So I definitely think he knows and the establishment knows if he steps on that stage versus Joe, they all know who's going to win. Because I think I was watching Tim Pool, and he said, matter of fact, no, I think we checked out the video right here on the channel. Shout out to Tim. But he said, you could fool everyone once when Joe went to go hide. But now everybody has seen Joe. Everybody has seen Joe and seen what his policies have brought us. You can't fake that again. You can't. And Joe is all they have. Kamala's approval ratings are lower than Joe's. And I'm about to show y'all something here in a second. So check out this clip right here.
Approval rating for President Biden, new poll, AP, 1,081 adults. Democrat 42% of the poll, Republican 39, Independent 19.
That's an approval rating. 19% of independents, I'll give them an extra percent. 20% of independents, 1/5 approve of Joe. And I don't even know how that number is even that high. 40% of Republicans, I don't know how that number is that high. I feel like it's lower than that. And 42, this is the big number right here. Your own party disapproves of you. That spells disaster to me. Now, listen, we are a long way away. But from what it seems right now, it looks disastrous.
Do you approve or disapprove of Joe Biden's job as president? Total approved 38%, disapprove 61%. That is the lowest number in this poll since July 2022. So,
the ship is sinking. It is sinking. Sinking rapidly. When's the last time we had, major financial issues? Y'all remember the last time? Wasn't it 2008? Who was in charge of the country at that time? Yeah. And people are waking up to that reality. And I showed you guys a video probably 2 weeks ago now of even the LGBTQIA plus whatever community is leaving the Democratic Party. Now, when you have that group of individuals leaving the party that intentionally caters to them, you know there's a problem with that party. You know their ship is sinking, and it's sinking fast. The people that you cater to the most are leaving and saying, you guys are insane. We're going over here with the Republicans, even though y'all tell us that, Republicans, are horrible, terrible, no good, very bad people. We're going to hang out with them. The black community, right, has historically voted Democrat at I can't remember the exact percentage, but over a 90% clip, if I remember correctly. Y'all want to know how many videos I've come across of black people saying, nah, bring Trump back. Bring Trump back. We want Uncle Trump. Even if they try to word it in a weird way, like I've heard people say, I'm not really that big of a fan of Trump, but hey, we did have money in our pockets. They try to they try to put something in there so they don't seem like a big Trump supporter. But in the end, they still do say, hey, I ain't voting for Joe. I'm voting for Trump. Yo, Their ship is sinking. Hold the line. Do not give up. We're this close. And we're only just this close because of time. The closer 24 comes around, that thing starts to shrink. Don't give up. Don't give in. We can and will win in 24. You heard it from Trump himself. I've showed you guys the clips, the videos. Look around you and think about this, guys. Think about this. And like, I'll say this again. If they didn't believe Trump could actually win, why would they try to bury him? If they knew it was going to be an easy, think about this from a logical perspective. If you're going against someone with this big of circumstances, you know, with all of the marbles on the table, you're going to want the easiest opponent possible. Right? So if Trump is an easy opponent, why are you trying to bury him before the election even happens? Because they know the truth. They know. We know. We all know. We've all seen it. Hold the line, y'all. Hold the line. But as always, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.